Welcome. Oh, I can breathe. We made it in time for today's stream. I am back, which means we'll be building a lot more things. I've still got things to show off. The desk is packed, but whilst I clear this, for any of you that missed the last stream, happened last week, we did the camera flicker, or is that the ads loading? Something flickered on the screen. Keep my eyes on you. If you missed last week, we started building BB-8, which is here and is very fragile, and the head spins. It works really, really well. I will show it off in a minute. It actually doesn't look too well without the head. We're about 80% of the way through the build, so I don't suppose we'll need all 3 hours today. And I was also just, hello there, Rex Bricks. I was just chatting with Tinks because, right, we're watching through the sequels as we build BB-8. It's an excuse to watch through the sequels. I don't think I've chosen to watch through the sequels probably since they hit Disney Plus. I don't think I have. I used to watch them on Blu-ray, but then I used to go through all the movies and I wanted to look at all the deleted scenes, which we could have a little look at in the stream if there is a bit of time. But we got halfway through The Last Jedi. Last stream. We watched The Force Awakens, we watched half of The Last Jedi. Do we skip to Rise? Because the end of The Last Jedi, I don't know if it's too important. I'm going to say it. Like, the whole ending to The Last Jedi feels very Hoth. It feels very Hoth, and it's more of an opening. I feel like Rian Johnson really wanted Rise, or whatever he would have called. I mean, it was Duel of the Fates at that point, and he weren't behind that either. So wait, no, that was the writer. It had already been written, and then it got rewrote. We did this Monday. If you want to check out Monday's stream for a Delphi base, you can watch that afterwards. We're not going to be talking too much about Rise, but I do want to know the implications in the wider galaxy as it is. What are my thoughts on legalized nuclear bombs? Legalized nuclear bombs, like regulated, like common practice everywhere. Just no chance it's gonna work, is there? Didn't America and Russia have this whole thing called it was like the hot battle or the freezing argument? There was something going around the 70s. Isn't that like Star Wars as well? The whole arms in Star Wars, the Empire have the arms and the Rebels have the arms, and they like try to mutually destruct themselves. Endor and Jakku. Actually, no, Jakku. Jakku is what would happen there. Yeah, I don't think people should have access to that technology. It's the same as loads of things, to be fair. I don't think people should have access to technology they don't know how to use. So not to say they can't learn how to use it. I'm all for that. And then they can deal with it properly. That's the one. You know what I'm talking about. Has there been any new Lego sets? Listing summary total. Listing summary total. Hold up. Let me just make sure that we've got the webpage linked. Yep, it's good to go because I usually forget to set it up. Listing summary total. And what is that summary total, Lego? Why, the Lego site is... Oh, you know what? That can't be the first thing. Let's hit refresh. Maybe it needs a few. Maybe it needs a few. Oh wait, I've moved it. Let's get it back over. Maybe it just needs a few. Let's give it a little second. See if we can refresh the hell out of it. Should you buy an MTT or another Star Destroyer? Do you have Thrawn? And if you do have Thrawn, do you have Thrawn's Chimera? Because I've still got like half of Thrawn's Chimera built. I need to break the thing down and sort it out. But we turned the Star Destroyer into Thrawn's Chimera. And if you haven't done that, I highly recommend that. We should also be getting up Rise, because there are a few interesting points for Rise, right? That's Disney Plus, not Rise of Skywalker. There are a few interesting points, some of which have been covered, some of which haven't, and are still open-ended. Prepare for Toy Story 5 coming out in a few hours. Yes, seeing that tomorrow. Definitely excited for that. Rise. It's going to be like the 9th movie in it. Yeah, just before Rogue One and Solo. So, we're skipping the rest of The Last Jedi. We know how that ends. Not too much to speak about that I haven't already mentioned. I will let you know when we're starting the movie. What pieces do you need for Thrawn's ship? Honestly, aside from the destroyer itself, a lot of gold ingots, a lot of gold grills, like a lot, like at least 10, 15 of each, and maybe some gold 1x2s, a lot of gold. Other than that, I think the grey could be, what did we do? Did we change any of the grey? We might have made some of the light bluish grey, dark bluish grey as well, but it was just mostly gold. We threw gold at that thing and hoped it would stick. All right, we're pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Press play. Let's go. And whilst oh wait, I don't even have headphones on. Do I want to listen to Rise, or do I want to keep talking about Legos? So I don't think there's any new Lego sets. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. We'll ignore the 16th. We'll carry the 1, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48, 51, 54, 57, 60, 63, 66, which is where we were at last time, 67, 68, 69. There's 69. So there's 3 new Lego sets, no advents. Probably Nike's. Oh no. Oh, wait. Look at this. General Organa dispatches secret agents. Wait, what? It's in Star Wars? What? I think we've got the wrong movie here. This looks amazing. Mission Space. I'm going to have to build this. Even if I don't buy this, I want to build a pinball table. How awesome would this be to get a Star Wars one? I assume the buttons on the side flick. Oh, there's another little bit up there. Does that move? Yeah. So this one will flick this up, and this button flicks the both of these probably. And then you've got the little spring to just yeet the ball around. And every time it hits the grey button, the spaceman will move over. There you go. Grey button pressed, and it like steps along. Just yeet the whole thing over. Oh look, and there's a spare ball. Gonna need that because I would send the thing flying. But that's only one of the new sets. Again, I assume the rest of them are just Nike products. I forget that Rise opens up on Mustafar. We never saw. Maybe next time we get a duel on Mustafar, it can instead be Kylo with the Mustafarians, because we haven't got any. They're not Mustafarians. I don't know what they're called, but we haven't seen them yet. Yeah, none of this is new. We've already taken a look at pretty much all of these sets. So maybe this was new. Actually, we took a look at it last time on stream, so that would be at least 67. And there's probably a car that I haven't noticed. I think those cars had already been out. Batman's Tumbler. Wait, is this new? This must be new. Batman's Tumbler for the 1st of August. Yeah, I do not remember this. And wait, app controlled tumbler. Let's get a zoom in on what that says. Lego Technic Control Plus. Lego Technic Control Plus. It's like Boost, isn't it? Oh, if only Vader didn't take down Palpatine's pet octopus. Kylo would have had to have fought through that. This looks amazing. Batman's Tumbler, 719 pieces. Big pieces, but only 719. Wait a second. That's including like the pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is this a 4+ Technic set? 12+. Nah, something's not right here. £170 as well. What's it do? Fly? Does it fight crime as well for that price? I bloody want it to. It can turn. It looks pretty cool, and it's fun to see that they've brought the controls back. Oh, look at that. Discover product features. Yes, please. Any of you want to discover it as well? Be sure to scan the QR code. Where did I put my phone? There it is. Hello there, Moon. It's crazy price, isn't it? Do I have a camera on this phone? Yeah. It's red. Huh, my new phone has it in, I think it's grey. lego.com/QR/42239-Technic. If you do want the link, which is lego.com, what did I say? lego.com/QR/ let me get it back up. lego.com/QR/42239-Technic. And hopefully this works. I can drop this in chat for you as well. Save you scanning it. The brand new Technic Control Plus app. There's the link if you want to go check that out. This is interesting. I think I'm going to get up the BB-8 instructions and then be building this. Not building this, be talking about this while we build BB-8. So it seems to have already been used in a bunch of sets. Dig, drive, and fly. Fly, dig. Fair enough. Drive, fair enough. How do they make them fly? Is there like a Technic helicopter that can take off? Or does it mean fly because this one goes really fast? It's got that Falcon boost on the end of it. I need to do a bit more research into this. I have seen someone build this set and just whack it on display, not use this app. I did not know that was possible. Crane your neck. Technic Control Plus app. Kids and adults can now remote control select Technic vehicles like never before. A free app unlocks a world of realistic controls and exclusive functions presented in a snazzy customized dashboards. More automation, authentic sounds, and play challenges. Yes, because what we really want is a remote control that controls automation. As in, it automatically doing something. Automation. Automatically. Why do we need a control? Why do we need a remote if it automatic nitpicking? Let me mute the stream. Plus live data feedback, that's cool. If they were any more realistic, they'd be on the road. They got real tires. They got a working motor. Yeah, that's kind of fair, actually. Any bigger as well. We need a Duplo one that a kid can sit in. That would be awesome. But we're not here for Batman's Tumblr. I will keep my eye on that. Hopefully that goes down like half price instantly, because that's a crazy price. And we don't even need to type BB-8 because I saved the page. Chewie knows every move possible on that board. I think Chewie could take down a Jarek match. Yes. Yes, the dishes, of course. Wait, what? Oh, they're pushing it. I see. They're pushing it. Which is weird because they have it at an angle. If you push it at an angle... Oh, I don't even have the desk cam set up. That would help, wouldn't it? Setting up the desk cam. If you push BB-8, the head wobbles. It doesn't spin. It doesn't rotate. I thought originally it was just going to keep turning. It doesn't. Because of the way they've set up the gears, they're purposefully mismatched. And hey, Mark Hamill. And it's in a way so that BB-8, as you go forward with BB-8, it goes like this. So he's never, BB-8's never actually looking straight. The Lego version just looks left and right, which I will find out what I think about that when we finish the build, because I think right now that's going to be weird. Win the war. Did they, that's the thing. Did the Resistance win the war? Like, they took out Palpatine again, but win the war? I feel like that's the point of the Star Wars war, is that it's never done. There is no winning of said war. There's just war. War and more war. There we go. Make sure we got good angle on BB. So this is what I want to change. This is a big change that I want to make. These dishes are for me, a bit lazy if I was just to start adding dishes to it. And it's going to be really fun to try and get something around here, because I do not have 8x8 dishes in orange. In fact, I don't think I have many dishes full stop. I have some 6x6 that... Wait, grey's genius, because then we add white on top. Grey's good. I like grey. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I might use grey for the head. No, I might use white for the head. I feel like BB-8's head. Go on, BB-8, where are you? Are you even in the Falcon? Oh, here we go. BB's about to show up because they're off training with Ray. I guess I could use some bigger dishes, but I want to get the orange around the outside. Do I have 4x4 tiles in orange? Do they exist? I think they do. Do they? Let's have a little look before we start using some impossible pieces. Are they macaroni? Macaroni tiles, aren't they? They are macaroni, but I think they're called quarter circles. 4x4. 4x4. It's crazy how Leo was brought back in Rise of Skywalker. We've seen that. We saw that with, I guess it's like what they did with Kevin Conroy in the Lego Batman games. Finished the Lego Batman game, by the way. Awesome game. Definitely recommend it. I might still keep an eye out for when it's eventually on a sale, just like Skywalker Saga was, so I can pick it up and complete it again on stream in like 5 years' time. It's that good. Definitely worth taking a look at. Quarter tile. I don't think that made a difference. Quarter round. Maybe get rid of the 4x4. Quarter round tile. Is it just round tile? Curved corner. And you exist in bright orange, don't you? No, you exist in coral. You best exist in orange. Comes in 6 sets, one of which is BB here. And this is basically what I want to do, but because we've got the white tiles, yeah, I do want to do that. I just want to have the bottom be grey, because we've got a grey patch there. If we side by side, zoom in a little bit, there we go. No point zooming in there. You can see we've got like a grey stripe around here, so I think this should be white. This should be white, and then this should be grey. Or maybe they've flipped it the other way around. All right, so this should be grey down here. That should be white, and that should be grey. So we need some 3x3s in white. Fun. Right. As for the orange outsides, we can stack 4 of these around. Securing them is going to be a nightmare. I don't think it'll look too bad, these poking out, because BB-8's not built that accurately. How many of these do I have? Because I could just colour them orange for BB. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why do I have an odd amount of light grey and white? Don't know, but I'll keep the tan and brown ones for the head. Either way, they're gonna be orange, and then we could add one of those underside round bits on the front, or no, we do need something around the outside. Let's see why they used a dish, but I still don't like it. Still don't like the dish, because the orange could stay put with a bracket. Let's flip you on your side. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. And then, oh, a bracket would go perfectly top and bottom. Would it not? I think it would for most sides. That's not gonna matter, because that will stick. Let's go white. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, orange. Orange will be good. Do we... Wait a sec, do we already have colours in this set? Am I forgetting colours? I think that's the only 2 I have in orange. So I'm going to save those and go light bluish grey. I've got plenty of those. Yeah, we need the white ones for the outside. Actually, the grey as well for the inside. 2 white, 2 grey, yeah? And this builds out... Oh yeah, the orange with the jumpers. Orange jumpers, or... How thick? We want it kind of thin. But instead of jumpers, what if we could get some slope going up? I think it only goes in by 1, or we have it on the corner here. But I think that complicates our grey, because then we've got some square. Yeah, let's not mess around with that. We'll keep the cheese slopes for now. We could have some jumper with just, oh yeah, because we don't want this to be connected to the 4s. So we could have cheese slopes coming up off of jumpers. Let's see if we've got any ingots or something that will look exactly like what it does on there. Oh no, is that an ingot? All right, we're using ingots. This is the way. I got a ton of whites that are going to be the easiest to colour. Or I could order the parts for it. That might be a good idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last but not least, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me get some jumpers and we can start putting this all together, brackets included. So the bracket will go, oh hold on, am I mistaking? There's a better piece than that. What do we have underneath? We might have to crack this thing open. That's why I didn't try to rush it at the end of the last stream, because we could hide some 2x2s with the studs on the side. One of these, which would keep those 4x4 curved round tiles flush against the rest of BB-8. Go on, there we go. These elements, that's the one. But we need to get them inside. And this set isn't too bad, I worry more about this set than it is the set. I wonder if it will be easier just popping this off, because this feels like it's going to go, but I don't think it will. All right, long way around then, I see. And that's the top. Yeah, you know what? You're going to be messy. Then you're going to be messy. I'm going to steal the 1x2 because we've used so many. Those 1x2s we used. Oh, the X-Wing? Did we use them on the X-Wing? The Adelphi base door. That's what we used them on. I need to salvage as many of them as I can. And this should fit flush upside down. We'll do the top and bottom just in case it doesn't work. Saves us doing the whole half of the egg. And I do want like a tile or something to bridge the gap, because I didn't realize how wobbly these were. Just a 1x6 or a 2x6. Where's that 2x6 plate? Oh, that's 2x8 in black. 1x6 tile in light bluish grey. And I'm gonna put it one in from the end because that should be more secure. Yes. And then, yeah, you can go back on for now. That's solid. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. It's actually a little too big. It's a little too big, but we take a little too big over a little too small because upside down, it's going to be, wait, upside down, it's going to be upside down again, isn't it? We really wanted this whole thing to be built upside down. You're there. So this is the side we want. You're called to pop out, and yeah, you're not going to break, fall apart, because we remove one of your beams. Good, good. Although you're a pain. Basically same to this side. It's an awkward modification to make, and I think that's the thing with BB-8. If you are building this set, it might be better to try and build your own, especially if you don't mind about the function. Oh, you are missing some studs. If you don't want BB-8's head to tilt, it'd be easier trying to build a Lao sphere, then recoloring it, almost like a helmet, which this BB-8 is a helmet with, it's a helmet with a head. It's a helmet with quite a large display base, and you're paying a lot more than a helmet. Perfect. Just what I wanted, Lego. Don't you know it? All right. So we want to add, wait, how have I, I'm looking at the wrong one, aren't I? This is the door. This isn't the right one. Probably why you were so well secured down, because I didn't want to take you off. Although, will I have to take it off? And then I still could have been 2x2s instead of door rails. Might be something in the middle that would bump in with it. All right, slope, all down. I do think with Rise of Skywalker there was so much paying homage to, now we've got how long it's been since the original movie, and they added the festival, the basically Life Day in it again, into Rise, and then they added the scene with John Williams as the bar staff. And if they would have cut most of that out, so it's this one here, we probably could have got another action scene in there. Because I think that was the problem the Last Jedi had. The action scenes were like, there was loads of build up and nothing came of it because, well, there wasn't really any setup. Like I say, Last Jedi was basically just the intro of half of Empire, which is a bit underwhelming as a movie. It's you. And Rise suffers from the same thing because they introduced so many characters. It felt like a special. Rise of Skywalker felt like a Star Wars special. At least at the minute. There are a few good bits. You could slim it down to probably about an hour movie full of all of action. All the action. Don't want to cut that bit out. But then it feels weird because of how short it is. Force Awakens. To be fair, Force Awakens probably, I think Force Awakens is the better out of the lot. Oh, I put it around the wrong way. But even that could probably be cut down. I think all Star Wars movies, dependent on how much you like of them, could be cut down. Yes. Alright. It would be nice if we got another brick under there, but like I say, I'm trying to modify the set and not build my own. So I'm going to keep that off. And they're placed on top of each other. And they're about to be locked in. So they're about to be locked in with some Technic. Let's get this right beforehand. We've got our 4 circles. It's close. And if we put our plate in it, yeah, it's pretty close. And that's going to be orange around the outside. And we're going to have some white breaking in. There's actually also a little stud of grey here. How many of these dishes are there? Because aren't this BB-8 sides different? There's like 2 of these and 2 of the others. 1 of these. Yeah, this is the this is the open door though. That's cheating. Or are they all identical? 2 of those and another one of the original. So this works well. Would it work with an opening? Would it work with an open door and BB-8's flame? Get rid of those AI results. Well, the big ones. It just opens up a section. And that's the problem with using a dish. You've just removed the half and it's a very ugly interior. Lego have chose the worst colors for this. Wow, BB-8's about to blow. So that one's quite cute. Just having the section is a bit far-fetched, just because you'd need to bring, like, you need to get the 4x4s and the 3x3s, the 2x2s, the 1x1s, and have some sort of misshaped section to hold it all together. The Technic's quite good. Wacky colors though. Like, what on earth are we using there? What do we have? A 4-length bar. There's a few in that. The one thing that Rise tried to save face with, like, especially Luke. Abrams did Luke right by a lot of people with introducing Lando. So Lando in Rise says that he was with Luke when they were hunting for Ochi of Festoon. And this is where their trail went cold, which is odd that Lando was waiting there for so long and never found the ship. Was he waiting for Luke? Was he, you know, how, why, what? He could spot Chewie, so his eyes weren't getting too bad. How did he miss the ship that he was looking for with Luke Skywalker? I don't know. It does not make sense. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But they brought in Lando, so it's one of those things that would be explained later, and it was in a comic. Luke and Lando's hunting for Ochi of Festoon. Though I haven't read the comic, and I don't really know if it takes place before or after Kylo and, you know, the flashbacks that we got in Force Awakens. I don't even think the flashbacks took place in Star Wars. I think the flashbacks were like a certain point of view thing, you know. Grumpy old Jedi Master, again, kind of taken from the original trilogy. The worst bit, some may say. Oh, here we go. We know what's coming up. They fly now. Let's get it out of the way. Talking about they fly now. There was a moment in... Oh, there was a moment in Mando where one of the... I mean, we've all probably seen Mando now at cinemas if you want to. There's a moment in Mando where the speeders... There's a speeder full of stormtroopers. It crashes, blows up. I don't remember how. And the stormtroopers get launched into the air. My first thought, they fly now. No, they didn't. They didn't have jetpacks. But it's quite comical. Just like that's one of the things. That's one of the moments that you're laughing at Star Wars, though. Like, you're not laughing with them. The characters don't laugh. You're laughing because of how silly that sounds. Poe, who has been flying a ship and seen all sorts of flying troopers, surely out in space. Finn, who worked as a janitor. So again, maybe he didn't go anywhere near jetpack troopers. We know they've been used from early on, but maybe he didn't see any. And 3PO, who definitely would have been. He saw not jetpack troopers. They weren't jetpack troopers in A New Hope. Jetpack troopers on the outside of the Death Star. Was he paying attention? Probably not. But it's an odd thing just to exclaim, as they did. They fly now. Of course they fly now. That's because watch the rest of the movies they did not. And the top. 1, 2, 3. And then in the quicksand as well, I feel like Star Wars quicksand, Chewie didn't have anything like rope or a grapple or anything to hoist himself out of the quicksand. I don't know, they kind of crash into it. They're all looking up at Ochi's ship and no one's looking forward. And then they get shot. Did you get all of them? Yeah, Rey, Finn, even, I think Poe's as strong as the Force at this point as Rey and Finn. It takes them a while to hit the trooper, so none of them have got any particular talents, I wouldn't say. How odd. Let's add the brackets. So I will add them to the door. 2, 4, 6. Rey, I never told you. Be an odd thing to bring up full sensitive. Be a weirder thing to be like, oh, I love you. And then turns out Finn's Rey's brother. Palpatine had a few clones out there making a mess. Like, what's the... I never told you... I never told you... Rey got knocked out at some point, didn't she? When did Rey get knocked out? Maybe there's an important bit of information she missed, or... Rey, I never told you. It's one of those things where Star Wars really needs to explain. It's no good the director comes out and says, oh, he was gonna say. He didn't. He didn't. Very important that Finn doesn't say anything there, because right now it can mean anything. To anyone, headcanon, I'm sure the fan fictions really love that, leaving it blank. It's an odd thing, definitely not full sensitive, because I just feel like that doesn't fit. I forgot to say, I have the Force. The Force is mine. Did you want the Force? Like, that's not... You can't be possessive of the Force. The Force is like Mother Nature. You can't have Mother Nature. That's not how it works. So what was Finn trying to say? Maybe he used the last of the toilet roll on the Falcon. Maybe... You know, maybe it was him that he reached out with the Force and, oh, yep, can't add that one. So that's going to be a pain. Hold on. I can totally add that one. I just need to build the brick that goes on top. Maybe he tried to assassinate. Oh, well, there was, what, a little bit of time between movies? How long? How long between Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi? Can't be that long. Not with the lack of progression in characters. Rey does have a new outfit, kind of because she's just started reading. You know, it was a long flight. I think this takes place like hours after. There's not a lot. I mean, some of the characters are a bit calmer. I suppose that is the case. But not that calm. Not calm enough. You know what I mean? They're not calm enough for it to have been a while. Oh, that'll work. And it's a shame that 3PO can't read it because his circuits forbid him. But then it can be bypassed. I feel like if it wasn't allowed, like say something's not allowed on a computer. Oh, what's that? Say something's not allowed on a school system, for instance, certain games. You wouldn't be able to download Star Wars Racer on a school computer because it's not allowed. They don't download it and say you can't play it. This doesn't make sense from a techie standpoint because he's fluent in the language, but he can't talk it. which leads to then the problems with, well, he could write it, he could sign it, he could say it in English. Like, he's forbidden from transcribing it. Why, though? Is it so the Sith can steal their secrets? Did Vader do this? Did Anakin do this on purpose? Did Anakin just... Was Anakin not a good technician? Did he just glue bits together? Too many questions. And this is what somehow Lucas and company stopped us overthinking these sort of things. There are other moments in the prequels, in the originals, but not as many. Not as many. Somehow they got away with it. There's the bottom half. No. Yes. Maybe. So, is this the bottom half? Or is this the top half? This is the bottom half because it's got the space for the wheel. Yeah, the top half has the axle sticking out for BB-8's head. There we are. Can't forget that one. Slope. I will say, if I bought this Lego set and had to do this much work on it, it's kind of like watching Skywalker Saga. You've got so many more questions to answer. I think it's a good, like, I'd call it like a nonsense movie. I'm not saying the movie's nonsense, but I'd call it a nonsense movie because you'd watch it and like you wouldn't be thinking too much. Like, oh, look, it's Chewie. Oh, look, it's Lando. And because of Rogue One and Solo, these movies stand out. Because these are just sit back, oh, look, it's the Knights of Ren. Cool, we saw those last time. We know who they are. They're Ren's peeps. And yeah, there's a comic, so that's quite fun, pairing it up and getting more information. But we don't really get much on them in this movie. They're just there. They're chilling. And it's like, all right, they're chilling. Why? Well, why not? It looks cool. That's what these movies were. Looks cool. All right. Nice. Rogue One definitely is aged better with Vader turning off his armor so the rebels don't see him coming and like don't have the breathing effect, and then he ignites it, he scares everyone and he's toying with them. And you're easy. It's just the open door, which I don't know where to begin. And Archie Bestoon's ship must have crashed, mustn't it? Because nothing's working anymore, and it's not like batteries have died. Maybe. That's not very Star Wars of it. Dead battery. Jackson the Duracell rabbit comes out of the blue and starts powering everything up. Sweet. The fewer pieces we can pull this apart in, the easier it will be to put back together. And that I'm excited for. Feels like a waste of these elements here. I suppose I could have used a bigger one, couldn't I? That's on me. Is this another brick or a no, it's a brick. Brick on the door side. This is a plate. Rey's powers are a bit whack, I think. They're inconsistent. She could sense Kylo coming a mile. Well, I mean, Kylo flies over the top as well, so hard to miss. But there are so many planes coming and going because Pisana's got a festival at the minute. There's going to be a lot of tourism. But Kylo Ren is the ship that she senses. That's the one that she spots. Out of everyone, that's the sole ship. It's not believable, is it? You lose your immersion. A bit like that one scene in Mando with the trooper flipped. It looks like a new variant. And then, oh, look at that. If the puzzle piece fits. Yes, it does. Sweet. 1, 2. Rey just chops off the wing because she saw Mando do it. That's cheating. Rey must be American then? Because we hadn't got Mando when Rise of Skywalker came out in the UK, or worldwide for that matter. We hadn't got Disney Plus till February next year, which is when Clone Wars come out. And now we can lock it together. Let's not forget the wheel. Ah, wait a sec. That's forward, isn't it? Yes. That's forward, and you will need to go on the inside. Or what you caught on? What you caught on? Wait a sec. You caught on the bricks? No, wait. You're caught on the brick. Yeah. Oh, so you can't be there. You're the problem, and I didn't realize. I thought it was just getting stuck on the desk when I was wheeling it, because it was so inconsistent. Sometimes it would pass, sometimes it wouldn't. It couldn't pass. I don't know what I was seeing, but it was actually incapable of passing. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So I suppose I'll get rid of this. I'll get rid of this whole chunk. And then have... Oh, well, I do still want it to be secure. How secure would it be if I just place these back on top? I don't see it being any less, because then it's got... Oh, this is the bottom anyway. Yeah. I'm going to see what it's like just with the top. And then that's the 2x3 that I've got as well. So these modifications, if you've got 8 of these, 8 of the 2x2 snot bricks, it's a modification. Yeah, that reveal was crazy. The, oh no, I killed Chewie. Ray, Chewie's over here. And then you've got the reveal later as well that, oh, Chewie's alive. What? It's a bit... What? Wait a sec, how... But when... There's no suspense. None whatsoever. It's too obvious. It's too obvious. It's like a mind-numbingly easy watch. Which is how I'm able to have this in the background of the stream. I'm telling you, if this was Attack of the Clones, I would forget I'm streaming. I'd just start chilling. I'd be silent watching it, and it would be a very boring stream. Oh, okay, you are a little... Oh. A little awkward in there, aren't you? But awkward's good. So you can see the Technic move in here, and it's not a big change. It's a slight one. I'd love to get some sort of treadmill. That's what this BB-8 needs. It needs a treadmill to speed this up. So I guess we're not done building this yet. I need a hand crank treadmill just for these Lego ships. And then, come on. Hey, perfect. And then, come on. Oh, you're not central. Let's fix that. I don't think using studs opposed to bricks has been too different. And then, yes, gone. Perfect. So it's looking like a tool sphere. And then Technic in. If we do that, Chewie died for nothing. Chewie ain't dead. All right. There we go. I think that's already locked in place now. Oh, wait. That's for the dish. We don't need these plates because we're putting this straight in. Oh, look. That couldn't have gone any less well, I suppose. Well, I don't know. I guess the ingots really decide that. The ingots are chunky, but, and it's a big but because that but might be our saving grace, the ingots are in the corners. The ingots are out here, and these will be coloured orange, so they will all match up. Okay, there's the orange ingots, but we need to now whiten like half of everything else. Let's see, we need like some Nexonite shield thing in the corner there. We're gonna go with this shield element first, because this is left and right of the fire hatch. So we've got grey, 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 easy. We just need white down here. I wonder what cut tiles we've got that will fit. Because Nexonite shields, I really don't think they're going to be much help. They're not going to be like terrible, but yeah, they're not it. They're not it. So we need the smaller triangles. Can't work. Oh, we need it to be rounded off though. We need it to be rounded off. All right. Nexonite shields is a nope. What about, what we need is a circle that has like every other stud and the rest is tiled off. I don't know if we'll fit a 2x2. 2x2 or like a 3-length jumper, something smaller in the middle. No, none of these. Or, oh, now that would be a nice placement. Does make it, what, easier, harder? What does it make? It goes right out to the edge beautifully. And then we've got, no, the jumper seems, that's satisfying, albeit not perfect. That's super satisfying. We've then got the triangle piece here. So we need grills going across. That can be done with a rounded off piece. Maybe even some sort of slopes. And then 2x2. No, we'd need white slopes. Do they even exist? A white Nexonite shield might fit. What do you know? There? No, that's not it. I did want these to cover up the white sections, which it does. I think it should be pure white though. Don't know about this one. It's not sizing up perfectly, but it also isn't too bad, which is the most annoying thing ever, because I want it to either work or not work. I don't want it to kind of work. They're the worst builds. If something's kind of working, you know you're close, but you're just not there yet. There's got to be an element that fits in the side. Or, no, we've just done that, haven't we? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What if we had, I see a jumper. A jumper needs an extra stud. What do we need for the wedges to fit? We need a flat back, which we don't have. One there. That was double-sided. That wouldn't look too bad. Right, there we go. No, this one's... So, maybe we've got to take a leaf out of the other image that I pulled up earlier today with BB-8 here and try not to get it too perfect. Because Lego has a certain look to it. And we want it to be accurate. We want it to be instantly recognizable that this is that side of BB. Not that Lego get it pinpoint perfect. All right, we want to do a bit better than Lego. If I'm being completely honest, we want to do a little bit better than Lego. So let's get the ingots. I think the ingots, I don't even think the ingots technically fit on the side. There's a bit of resistance when they're spun. So, jumper, a jumper at an angle, beautiful. Perhaps, let's bring up an image of BB. Oh, they're like teeny tiny, aren't they? Do they probably stick in one. We could have an ingot on the side. And then, no, that would shrink the orange. So BB-8's panels don't actually look too grey there. We've got a nice square. But it's white underneath. Oh, maybe we need the white. Maybe white is the way to go. I do quite like the grills on it. So, grey, check. That would corner off the grey. That's done. White, not so much. Maybe because the circle isn't orange, it looks a bit funkier. And then grills, we can do grills. I want to raise those. What can we do with the white? Is there... Wait, what about if we have... We'd need something up in the middle. We could put a white dish. I'm not sure we could get the grills on top. That would be the hard part. We need 3x3 plates, or better yet, 3x3 like jumpers or something. And then I'm going to get some round tiles or round plates. Get some studs. BB-8's sides tend to be quite flat, don't they? You fit, and we don't need to fit anything on the bottom. Let's go for a tile. And then we'll grab one of those in the middle for BB-8's grills. Oh no, I do not have... Wait. No, I don't have those. Oh, choices. How big is the middle? Do I have 4 of these? Come on. Hey, BB-8. All right, you do have quite a bit of grey. Quite the grey, hey, buddy. So, why don't we use a grey dish? Oh. No, that's too high, isn't it? That would be too high. Then a grill. Let's get those grills. So far, we've used 1, 2, 3 elements. This would be 4, and then 5. We try and limit it to, well, we should probably use a grey. Yeah, we don't want white underneath. the grills. Oh, yeah, we want it to stick out one. Even now, Chewy. We already knew Chewy was here. Oh, let's get some colours. That's what we need. We need colour. Lego. Oh, that's what we're missing. I'm still half asleep. I am so ready to sleep tonight. I missed colour. Colour. So we have red, blue, red, and red, red on the bottom. Makes it easy on the bottom. Well easy on the bottom. That's just a red tile. Blue. BB. What do you look like? BB. Oh, red, and I think it's blue above. Hold on, BB. Let's get rid of flame. Hey. Red, then blue. Wait, and we've also got some grey on the side. Is that or is that not like some sort of awkward grill? Like the grill piece we made. This is quite grilly. Don't know. I don't know if this is grey grill. I actually think this might be white grill on a grey round jumper. Where did I put my grey jumpers? So 2 of these. God, I know there's another in here. I hope there's another in here. No. Well, you've got one looking like this with a white grill. Let's do this one first. Now that we've got the white on the outside, we want this to go from orange to orange. White. We need a blue and a red. I would say right by the grill, and then we need like a 1 up here as well to balance it out. I would just say red right, blue left, or something like that, and add a stud. So I'm going to go with rounded off colours because I've got a ton of those in red. And also I think a stud would be too bumpy. We have to use a stud for the other side because the tile doesn't fit in between the plates. Could we change the orientation of the rounded tiles here? We need something that sticks out like a tooth. Do we have a tooth or a 1x2 tile? And then red and like a darker blue. Oh wait, you don't fit down. You need to be studs as do you need to be studs? Or can you go on the outside? Perfect. And then maybe they could be tiles. Do teeth fit? That would be the right shape. No, they're two studs. They're 2 studs long, so we're coming half into that ingot. All right. Well, that's one side done. These ingots in white will be orange, and so will the 4x4s on the outside. Now we just got to copy it a few times and see what we can get done. I don't think this should take us too long now, as long as we can get the door open at the end. But I have no idea how we'd start about that. Now that we know what we're doing, we could jump ahead to that. Got to stop pressing all these in. All right. Oh, no, come on. Come on. Come on. And then you in. You. Oh. Helps if we have the pins. Otherwise, we ain't putting anything in anywhere. And then I'm going to do the door next. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes. Because you're going to be awkward, especially if you don't have... Oh, no. Why did we leave you out? That was not a great idea. A lot of this movie is silent. I keep thinking that it's just stopped. I didn't mind it when it came out, but it being on Disney Plus means, and the same for Mando. Mando's going to come out, and I guarantee you everyone is going to be talking about that deleted scene because people are going to have noticed it, and it's going to be that one thing you see going around on shorts. Oh, it's definitely a shorts thing. Did you notice this mistake in The Mandalorian and Grogu? Right, come on. There's a stud caught right in there. Hey. If that was a brick, I might have been stuck. All right. Maybe I'll just solder these in. Whoa! 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 Hello there! Hello! I can't keep up. Hello there, Johnny. Hello there, Snow. Hello. Wait! What's happening? Isaac, hello there. Mystery uncovered. Hello there. Hello. Wait, was that me? Is my chat not updating? Hold on. Let me open chat in a new tab. Let me open chat. And I'll see. Maybe it's because I've got too much running at once. Wow, I've missed so much. Wait. Why haven't you said? All right. I don't even remember what I last said. Looking forward to next week pre-ordering GTA 6. Oh, I heard that on the radio earlier. Yeah, and getting movie tickets for both movies you're seeing. Enjoy it. GTA 6. Wow, I remember when 5 came out. Feels like forever ago. Back in my day. This is way too early to read legalized nuclear bombs. Good morning, Snow. Oh, yeah, 100%. Hello there. I can't believe I've been missing chats. Wait, why did this happen? Literally, the chats were popping up, and it wasn't even a block thing. Usually, if it's an internet thing, then it will pause and show me a whole block of chat. But it was kind of like trickling. I guess it's been a while since I read anything, hasn't it? I've been so distracted with this build. I do apologize, chat. Forgot to say, you ate my cookies. Oh. I forgot to say, I ate your cookies, Ray. And Ray just reaches out with a force, chokes Finn. That'd have been a crazy end. Hello there, Isaac. Considering that in Ahsoka, Sabine is now force sensitive, you think it's been somewhat alluded to that everyone in the universe has a level? Yeah, I think I remember in the Clone Wars, they added that everyone has a level, but certain children have like impressive levels, which is why they chose the kids that they did, which is crazy going after kids, you know. Anakin is proof that, like, if we get to Rey's New Jedi Order and she's teaching a bunch of kids, nah, burn it. But I hope one of them joins the dark side, because that is literally, like, Cal Kestis had the choice to teach kids or to stick with his crew, and he chose the right decision. Ahsoka could have taught a kid or taught Sabine, and she's teaching Sabine, no matter how reluctant she is to do so. I'd like to point out, very reluctant. But that's crazy. That's crazy. YouTube, what is up, YouTube? What have you done? Is chat good? All right, I'm on live chat as well. Make sure you're not showing top chat, otherwise you'll probably miss some comments as well. I don't know what's going on anymore. I saw that new pod racing game is coming out with that guy that Anakin raced against. Yes, Sebulba. I knew it was a Doug, but I didn't know it was confirmed to be Sebulba, and I'm pretty sure it is. Heard the best way to describe the Rise of Skywalker is an anti-movie. I kind of agree with that in the sense of there's not that typical progression. It's a lot of... I feel like Rise of Skywalker is the equivalent of like a compilation of shots. This is like a load of different short films into a movie. There's not much of any of it. Not too much of any of it. Hello there, Mystery Uncovered. Find it funny that Chewie's the last one to survive, considering in Legends he's the first of the original to die. Yeah. I've also found, right, so I know that Han and Chewie like sacrificed themselves in one of the books. No, that was Rise of Skywalker. They were originally meant to be like ramming a ship, but in Thrawn, there's this whole scene where I don't think it's to do with Thrawn. It's something to do with the Yuuzhan Vong, I think, during the Yuuzhan Vong War, and Han and Chewie paint the Falcon black. And I've just found in Thrawn that there was another Falcon. The peeps, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a second Falcon that they can use if anything happens to the main Falcon. It's in the back of my head. If anything happens to the Falcon, they've got another Falcon. Yeah, they kind of lit it up like a flare, but it is pretty cool. Which deleted scene? I should have answered that one first, shouldn't I? Which deleted scene was I talking about? Thanks for the cookies, Moon Shoes. Deleted scene. Wait a sec. We can get this. We've got this. Which deleted scene was I talking about? Deleted scene. I don't even remember what I was talking about. You might have to refresh my mind there. I'm sure it was a very important deleted scene. There's been quite a few deleted scenes for the sequels. I don't know if I've seen all the deleted scenes. See, Disney Plus doesn't let you bring up anything to record or stream or that. It just blacks out the web page because it's smart. It protects its own stuff, unlike Lego and countless other companies. Not that I'm complaining. Lego shouldn't block us from watching any of it. They could do a 1x3 and a little more Technic, not you though. And wait, the arm? The arm? What's the arm for? There's no... What's the relation for the arm? It would kind of... No, I feel like the arm doesn't really make sense. I think it was either Rise of Skywalker or The Mandalorian and Grogu. Deleted scene for the Rise of Skywalker. I feel like there were so many deleted scenes because of how pieced together it was. Oh, Mandalorian and Grogu, there's a mistake. There's a scene I think they'll delete where the snowtroopers flipped. But I don't think it was that one. Deleted scene. I was wondering how many of the trailer scenes from Mando actually made it straight into the movie. Because I was talking about the Rogue One scene. You know, the scene with Jyn Erso standing at the top of the tower and the TIE fighter flies up level and blows Sank up behind her or something like that. Didn't make the cut. Didn't make it to the movie. We never saw that. It didn't happen. But you still remember it because it was in the trailer. I think the TIE fighter just goes whoosh and knocks the bridge or something like that. But you've not got that standoff that you had in the trailer, which was crazy good. Can't believe they cut, like, of all the scenes to cut, that one. Really? 1, 5, 3. Oh, let's go with that one. And then what I'm gonna do, because this is a Technic piece that goes in the middle, right? Like the center. Yeah, this one. Right in the center. Which we don't really have a center in that way. But if it's in the middle, we could have it go into the bottom of this. I don't know why this one's in a bag. Maybe it's new. And then, we're going to need the Technic pins with the axles. If I stop responding to chat, I'm going to blame YouTube. It's working at the minute. I'm seeing messages come through, but just a heads up, if I stop responding, I haven't got too engrossed in Rise. Probably a casualty of the reshoots. Yeah, possibly. I think also Star Wars tends to have... I haven't noticed any in here. Any flipped scenes. The sequels did well. Solo, Rogue One. I don't think I know... Oh, wait, no. Solo in the Savareen standoff, the order of Enfys Nest, I think they swap out. There's at least one scene where they're in the wrong order, where they've had to be reshot or something like that. You'll leave a comment for me to check chat. Yes, if I don't respond to it, it's because it's because there is no chat for me. That sucks, doesn't it? Chat just disappearing like that. So that goes in, and that goes in like that. And then that's in the middle. Oh, hold on. If you're going in the middle, oh, the 1x2. There's a better piece. There is such a better piece, isn't there? These 1x2s are maybe an inverted slope as well. Because the inverted slope will give it a bit more strength. As we know, the inverted slopes are crazy strong, like scary strong. They have no right being this strong. I don't know what it is, because technically it's only one more stud. Oh, wait, they're all hollow studs. Maybe this is going to be crazy strong. And that goes right in the middle. Oh, wait, you can't. Oh, we can't connect it. We can't connect it. Crazy. We could add another one of these, but we'll see how strong it is first. So you in there, and then this arm, I think it says to move out more, like so. Oh yeah, we need the flame to be hidden. See, how does the flame work? I think there's some sort of mechanism that we're missing with a flame. Oh yeah, they've got the dishes to spin. We'll come back for that. And again, the head, we'll come back for the head. Is there nothing that we do to hook in the flame piece? Nothing at all. That's not right. Thanks, Snow Blizzard. May the bricks be with you. Oh, there's got to be some mechanism, right? Because otherwise the flame's just chilling. It's not really stuck out. It's just in there. And no matter what the path, the flame's going to be pushed back. Like, that's just how it works. The flame gets pushed back, everything gets pushed in. And hopefully this lines up. There we go. That was awkward. And then, oh, I didn't think of this. How are we going to undo it? It's wide enough to get a finger in there, and the flame's been extinguished. It's gone. What were Lego doing? They did have a gap. But these elements aren't fragile enough. The clip is more fragile than the stud. I don't know. I don't know what Lego were thinking. There must be a way that set functions, but it's not one that I'm aware of. We'll play around with that after. All right. And this is like all grey up the top, all grey. Oh, that's a good point, Leo Griffiths. I'm happy you brought that up. Really annoyed about the social media ban, because all you watch is Lego content, and it's not like there are any Lego TV programs. You think it's unfair? Not to distract from the point, I don't think it makes it any better, but there are Lego TV programs. Dreams has released the season for the new sets. It gets even more disappointing somehow. There are 4 shorts, I think, no, 5. In total, they're like 17 minutes. There's like a little highlight thing. They look like TV adverts. I think Dreams is done. I think Lego killed off Dreams with it. Unless they bring back a Ninjago level series, I don't think Dreams is coming back all too well. BB-8 torso. That's creepy. What? This is what I wanted. Something like this that gave us all the sides, so we've done that. Yeah, with the YouTube ban, so YouTube Kids isn't included in that. I hope we see a shift in content for YouTube Kids. Of course, YouTube Kids, you don't have the comment sections and that, but right now, if a video is made for kids, comments disabled, even on YouTube, even on the YouTube, it's disabled, and I think that's the wrong way to go about it. YouTube have been working on their movie section. I know I've been following Markiplier with his Iron Lung movie that's now out on YouTube, so they are working on that at the minute. I want this to kick YouTube into gear because it's not just the UK, it's not just Australia. Loads of countries are taking this up. Here we go. We get to pick our favorite 4 of this. We can ignore 2 of them, but it's a lot of the world that are now restricting social media, not just YouTube, to 16s and over. I think that's fair. If you're under 16, you don't need to see half the nonsense that's on the internet. I'm a bit older than 16. I stay away from that stuff. So it is more for a mental health push to stop kids feeling like insecure about the silliest of things. But I think tech companies need to have an under 16 section. The way Fortnite has sections for 7+ rather than the 18+. I don't think they have any 18+. I think it's 16+. Some of their bigger game modes. And basically what I'm saying for YouTube Kids is I think YouTube Kids should not show anything that isn't suitable for kids of all ages. But also, I think they should be able to see content that is on YouTube that isn't specifically made for kids, isn't just made for kids. I mean, most of the videos that I've got, I suppose, like none of my videos have ever been made for kids. I don't make content for kids. I think it is weird having that on YouTube. But I know there are a lot of animations. Lego Ninjago is made for kids. Dreams made for kids. Any Star Wars specials or that on YouTube made for kids. Star Wars run streams of Clone Wars Rebels, they're made for kids. So you can watch Clone Wars on YouTube Kids. You can watch Ninjago. You can watch a few good shows, but not many content creators make stuff for kids. No matter how kiddified it is, Mr. Beast, I would say Mr. Beast's content is quite made for kids a lot of the time. Sometimes it's not, but a lot of his content is made for kids, especially for clicks and the oversaturated thumbnails. You know, it's all kids in mind, and those videos aren't available unless they make them for kids. Cut off the comments, cut off other features as well. YouTube Kids needs to be able to access certain videos, scrap the AI, it's never going to work, and just not bring over comment sections. It's just like what I'm doing here. I've got chat popped up from YouTube. I don't have the stream running. I've just taken chat. Do the opposite. Take the video, leave the comments behind, and then you can tick made for kids, not made for kids, suitable for kids. We need a suitable for kids option so that the content is still available, because otherwise, like, under 16s are going to be cut off from all of it. You get to 16 years old and then suddenly you're doing everything. It's the same thing with smoking. Smoking is now, everyone that's under 18 will never be able to legally smoke, which is the right thing to do. Otherwise you hit 18, oh, a cigarette, let me try that. And it is problematic. All right, BB-8, what are we doing with these panels? It is problematic, I agree. There are animated Lego TV programs, but not YouTube videos like mine. Yeah, you're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. We're not doing anything. YouTube are cutting off a whole generation from quality content. Let's be honest. There's definitely the odd video of mine that probably isn't made for kids, that wouldn't fall under that category, but we need a suitable for kids so that kids actually have some content to watch. Otherwise, all they're left with. And I mean, it's the exact same as what, like Disney Plus. Disney Plus has a kids mode, doesn't it? Can I open? I'm not going to try it in case I stop Rise of Skywalker. What a jump. But I'm pretty sure Disney Plus has some sort of kids mode or like suitable for kids, something like that. Disney Plus has. YouTube just needs that. Same thing that Fortnite's done, only showing the accounts what's suitable for their age. And if it hasn't been checked or nothing's been put forward, I think by default 16 plus is valid. And then you mark it for, I don't know, 12 plus 7. I think it'd have to be 7 plus. There's not too much of a difference between 7 plus, 8 plus, 9 plus. It's like Lego set numbers now. But it sucks that this, right now, it does seem to be an immediate cut-off of a lot of things. I wonder if we see more made-for-kids content creators. Because monetization doesn't work much differently. It's just the comments is the big thing. We need... Wait, this is meant to be the one with BB-8's section, isn't it? So what did this look like? BB-8 Flame. So this is mostly white with a red and blue. I think it's this one. I don't think it is mostly white. So we've got grey, grey. Most of this is grey. That helps us because we can bring out some of those corners that I wasn't going to use. It's a big step. I personally think it's a step in the right direction, but with everything politically, it's one step forward, two steps back. So I don't think it's on the government to be sorting that side out. I think it's on YouTube. Honestly, Twitter, you don't need it. What else was included in that? What else was included? Instagram as well. Instagram definitely needs to have some age categories on it. No, that's... Don't do that, Instagram. That would be a terrible idea. But you know what I mean. Some corners of the internet that certain people can go. No, that sounds worse. What's that mean? He's saying? Like, I open up Instagram. I want to see mainly Lego's announcements, but some other Lego builds. I don't want to see... What do I see? I only see Lego builds. Oh, there are some weird custom minifigures that pop up for Star Wars. There are the weirdos. We need like a weirdo section on Instagram. Rounded. How do I make this look round? Wouldn't that be perfect? I think this has to be a corner. And then this has to be... Can I half this? If I cut this in half, that would honestly... I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But that would honestly be the perfect thing to do. Half of a macaroni towel would be perfect. So, grey. Maybe we just add a quarter round. Let me get the quarter tops. They Force Hill now. All right, when everyone was coming out, I have to say this. When everyone was coming out about Force Hill and how it's a stupid force power, I loved Force Hill in... So it was in the MMORPG, Force Hill, lifesaver, literally. And then in a lot of the novels and stuff, like Barriss Offee, I think, could Barriss Offee and Luminara, not the other one, Luminara could do it. And there's a whole text in one of the old books. I don't think it's the Attack of the Clones novel, but it's one of the books from at the time, about how the Jedi stopped teaching it because it wasn't important, and then the war hit, and obviously being able to heal is kind of important when people are dying left, right, and center. And there was only a handful. I think in Legends they even continued it throughout the Clone Wars. I'm going to add another grill down here, and I think this should be a tile rather than the grills that we've used, because the tile would be able to pick up then. And then blue and red, perhaps. I feel like blue and red we just had, so maybe putting these side by side wasn't the best idea. Also, which one? Oh, that. Wait, no. Is that side by side? Or is that meant to be on top? Because if that's on top, then the next one has to be the one below it. Let's get the holy one. Make it look interesting. There we go. Really good. And then this is grey, 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 half a white, which needs a jumper and some ingots. Yeah, I suppose being able to watch like Ninja, I think YouTube, there are always ways around. I mean, most people will just stop using YouTube and will go over to, maybe that's a reason I can start streaming on Twitch. Was Twitch included? Because Twitch is a bit different to YouTube. Oh, where am I even typing? So was Twitch on it? No. The list is Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, including Instagram, not including WhatsApp, and X. So I suppose that would get us back on Twitch, wouldn't it? I suppose Twitch isn't really a social media. YouTube you can post to. Twitch is very much a streaming service. There's a chat. I wouldn't call a chat a social media. Maybe YouTube streams are exempt as well. I don't think you can watch this on the Made for Kids app. I don't think you can comment. I think the thing is stopping kids from being able to overshare like private information. And that's where the big safety risk is. So maybe it's a case of YouTube, with a lot of things, they just required parents to sign up for. Growing up, there were things I had access to that I perhaps wasn't old enough to use myself because, you know, be under a parent's account, parental supervision, you know, parental guidance, all that sort of stuff. And even cinemas and stuff like that, the amount of movies I saw, I don't think I'd have been old enough to see, was it the first Deadpool? I might have just been old enough for the first Deadpool. There was another like hero movie around the time, and they were like 16 rated or 18 rated, and all it'd be is like a parent or a friend's parent would come along with us. It's going to be the same for this. I think a lot of parents are going to be signing their kids up to YouTube and the services. Half there in grey. I think we've just used all of these on the Anzelin ship. Almost. Oh, hold on. Maybe we haven't. I found that one real quick. Another one in here, right? And we want this section to be white, so that's a round white plate, and then half here. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. You know what, let's double it. Let's double it so it's symmetrical. I know we've just used white plates, but we're switching it up. And then I forgot what I said in the middle now. A jumper and yeah, a 1x2. Wait, did Kajimi just kaput? I don't remember that. Light grey. Definitely a light grey, and it's also kind of separated from the rest. I'm going to get a white plate to go underneath this. Light bluish grey. Maybe dark bluish grey if I've got a white. Don't want sand blue. Nope, that's sandy blue as well. Oh, come on, I've got some greys. Oh, wait, great. No, I did have some greys. I just had a grey and I've lost it. We'll get it back eventually. Yeah, YouTube need to update to try and wrap up the ban for under 16s. I think it is a case of just parents setting up accounts. You know, you're just going to need your parents to sign off. It's going to have to be like a parents card. Parents going to have to accept the rules because terms and conditions are getting oddly specific to a point of like your question, well, why do they want to know this sort of thing in terms of like selling data or accepting your own rights? And just so you know, terms and conditions aren't above the law, anything like that. Anyone ever wonders how they're able to make you agree to things, they're not above the law. It could hold up in court because you've like given away the right to this, but like you can't give away human rights. You can't give away anything like that. That would just be silly. Maybe it is better talking to someone about it before you agree to it. But if it sounds too silly, yeah, sometimes it is. There are some real weird, wacky scenarios in, I think it's McDonald's. I'm going to call out McDonald's. I'm pretty sure it's McDonald's terms and conditions that have, and nothing bad, like if you've accepted them, it's cool, but there's some weird things that, I mean, Disney. So because I have a Disney Plus account, I've taken the hit for my family. I can't take Disney to court over an issue regarding any of its services. Instead, it has to be settled out of court, which just means they can buy me out and I've got no other choice. I have to say yes, I can demand more, which I definitely would if Disney were trying to silence me, you know? But, yeah, I can't take them to court, which is kind of nuts. All right, I want a something there and a something there for the panels. All right. That looks pretty good. Imagine the outside orange. And finally, we've got, wait, you. Grey, is that a half? Or are we doing the ring one? I think it's grey, a little red light maybe. There. 1, 2. Hello there, Matt. I do like a good bit of Lego and Star Wars. We've just got to the part in Rise of Skywalker where Luke reveals to Rey that she's a Palpatine and how they didn't want to tell her because they didn't want it to influence their decisions. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want you to feel bad about it. But by the way, Luke's Force Ghost is just as silly as Luke was in his last moments. What's going on there? This panel has a bit of white on the bottom. Let's get a white plate to fill that bottom gap. And then we painfully need what, like half, I don't know if it's white or if it's, actually, I don't think it is white. I think that that's just a different shade of grey. So I'm going to get some more grey 1x1s to act as like the little panel pieces. We have another one top right and one sort of like here-ish. So I'm going to slot that on the right. And then I'm going to be a bit fancy with this. I'm going to grab the 2x2 tile with the knob hole and a jumper to go across it. That will get a real thick line going across the ingots and brings it out as it should, as we've done with all of the doors. Lines up perfectly. What's my favorite Star Wars movie, minifig, and show? Movie, Attack of the Clones minifigure I genuinely think it's like the Endor Leia. One of my favorite costumes. I just really want an Endor poncho, I'll be honest. Other than that, oh, favorite minifig? There isn't a custom. My favorite custom's the droid we did from Wolf Shadow Lord. That's a beaut. Oh, 3PO is quite good. Actually, pilot as well, the X-Wing pilot, any of them. Mainly UCS Luke, but any of them with the legs and the arms, that's solid. Thrawn's a clean fig. I tell you what, can I whack all dual molded leg minifigures up for my favorite? If I had to pick one, it would be Endor Leia. And then favorite show, Clone Wars. Favorite character, Ahsoka. Hey, look at that. We've already used it. I knew this was coming. I'm going to use it in white, not yellow. Because yellow's... Do I have a yellow? I have a power yellow. Yellow must be another rare colour. This one is a pale yellow. Looks a bit yellower on screen. Just 2 of these. Even 3PO, when he gets his memory back at the end of Rise, do you think he remembers everything? We've still got 50 minutes left of the movie and it feels like the end. I'm ready to stop watching and get another movie up. Also, do we need these big parts in step 99? Because if that's just for an arch, or we're probably going to use some slopes. It was a bit redundant. That's an eye on top. This is quite nice, but also feels odd. This might be to line up exactly with how high the head should be, so I am going to follow this, but it does feel odd. I'm not sure if well, first off, actually, I don't know which bag this would be in. Would it be in with the gears? Or would it be... I've got so many of these from... No, Vader's Meditation Chamber uses them really well. Han's Carbon Freezing Chamber. That's what it is. I keep saying Carbonite. Han's Freezing Chamber uses those. Okay. Didn't mean to open that bag. That's going to be a mess. I'd also... Hold on. Are they trying to use just expensive pieces? Do these not work? Do these not do... They do the exact same thing. So why not get these hinge parts that are going to be solid? Maybe BB-8's head needs the wobble. Does it? Do some holdover maneuvers, make some real damage. Imagine if the Resistance motto was just to run head on, literally fly head on into the other ships and hope that they can outlast them. When they've already seen the First Order has some serious manpower on their side, or person power. Let alone how many ships they have, each of which could be remotely piloted, which, spoiler alert, they are Resistance. Not in the way that would hurt them if they did start crashing into them, but in a way that would hurt nonetheless. And then jumpers. For now, I'm just going to fill these corners so we can work a few more plates into the side. I think that would slide in well. It'd secure it quite nicely. Your favorite minifigure is Obi-Wan. Which Obi-Wan? Which Obi-Wan? Oh, I'll tell you what. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's Obi-Wan. Is there a favorite? I like the Clone Wars one. I've given my recent Clone Wars one a Phase 1 helmet with a visor and a viewfinder. That's so. Oh, and I created a custom Mando Obi-Wan from Mandalore. That arc. I like that one. That one's a good one. Probably one of my favorite customs of Kenobi. Oh, we've got... Oh, I see. We've got jumpers on this. And clips on the front here. And bricks. Oh, wait. We've got bricks because they have gaps. They use the rounded slopes. They're quite gap heavy. That's why. So I'm gonna get a 4x4 with a hole in the middle, preferably in grey or white or red. Why not? Dark bluish, grey and black. Let's go for some colour in there. Obi-Wan from the Obi-Wan Starfighter on Camino. Oh, I tell you what, that's a solid fig. So I got one of those Kenobis. So that Kenobi's in Kenobi's ship. But then I got one in the magazine when it came out. So my duplicate, I've added tan arms to, and this and switched the hair, did I? I must have switched the hair. And this is a Kenobi now from the Kenobi show. And then I do have a third set that I haven't opened yet, and I've got some plans for that Kenobi as well. I don't think it was Kenobi, but it's another outfit similar to that one. A very popular Jedi. So no bricks around the outside for us. We instead want to continue with that eyepiece. Let's keep this out. We need a lot of rounded off parts. Great selection though. And that ship, beautiful ship. Lego model and all. Can we fit some lime green studs, or should we stick with white in case they're visible? I think they might be. Right next to a cone and all. That's definitely going to shine. On top of a wedge. We could just add wedges on top. How many of those do we have in white? Oh, plenty. Plenty. Thank you. Yes, with duplicate minifigures, I love to swap out a few of the arms. And I didn't get any of the Kenobi... Well, I didn't get the Kenobi... No, there was two Kenobi sets. There was the rock base, and there was the Inquisitor scythe, which I really wanted at the time. And I think I'm going to pick it up at the end of the year. I think around Christmas. I'm going to see if I can get it second-hand for a good price. Because we've just seen it show up in Maul. And I wouldn't be surprised if it shows up in Season 2 of Maul. Little cameo. Nothing major. Honestly, I think the same as it did in Kenobi. But it was quite cool to see it. All these clips. If we don't add a plate behind it, which we don't, we can use some of the wider clips. These ones. We can use these to secure them in a bit more and stop the clips from popping off. I'm sure it's not an issue, but it could be. A 1x3 plate. Oh, there's a few things we could do here. Little improvements, but at the end of the day, if your BB-8 is on display and an eye falls off, that's an awkward piece to put back. I don't know if you can see it over my shoulder. That white strip there is the nose of the Starfighter with Kenobi. Is Kenobi in? Is Kenobi? I think Kenobi's in the cockpit. And Jango Fett's not. Just standing next to it. The UCS sleeve one, by the way. This is why Jango Fett's there. They go great in combination. I had to shrink the Starfighter though, so that I could get it to scale with the sleeve one, because I think the playset's like half the size, which is a little funny. Do I know who Solid Bricks is? I have seen his Geonosis mock, which was pretty cool. I do wish there was a bit more of the caves in the Geonosis mock, but it was an awesome build. Really, really good. Only 3 of these, so We need a 1x4. And why are you a cone? Why a cone, not a rounded brick? Why? But there's a really nice trick with these snot bricks. You can get a 1x1 plate in white and a cheese slope, and it looks exactly like the corner bricks. But they're easier for mocks. If we use a corner brick, this plate and the plate on top isn't secured. So we've got these corner plates. If we used a brick of the same shape, it's not secured anymore. It's just a bit more fragile. But if I use a snot brick on this side, I can get a whole 1x4 brick running up. And I'm going to need to get some 2x2s, maybe some door rails. We'll start with the 2x2s, and I think I'll keep the white up. That'll be quite handy when we're eventually pieing this out. 1x4s aren't in here. Do I have any? Oh, no, you're not. You're 1x4 tiles. You will be empress. Did Palpatine think this would work, or did Palpatine just have no other choices? It's like, quick, we must fast forward. What, a 2x4? Should we get a 2x4? We're just putting plates on it. Wait, why don't we get a 2x4 and a 2x3? Because we've already used a 2x3. Let me get a 2x4 in white in case it shows through. And I'll get a spare one as well. Because that'll stick. Look, right through. You can't get more secure than that. And I just noticed, or I've just realised, oh, no, 1x2. That could work with a cheese slope. We've got two of these, not a 6x6. And I don't want to hear anything from Lego about how they did that because, yeah, and then we're capping off the top, then we're doming off the top. I don't want to hear anything from Lego about how they did that because of certain piece usage, or that they haven't been following that the entire build. Maybe it's easier to break apart. Maybe it's easier if... Yeah, I don't see Lego breaking their models apart though. They've literally got infinite Legos. They'll probably give them away. And then those 3x3s, I think they're in here. Now, I don't want to use... Oh, wait, white or grey? Oh, white or grey, because you've got that grey bit on top. You've definitely got a white dish. What if we balanced them out? So we had grey with a dish. This would help us. Long run. Snot brick with a cheese slope. I was saying the snot brick with a cheese slope would be great here, because you can get any colour snot brick, like a green piece for the Master Mouldie channel, and preferably a white cheese slope, so that any gaps in the eye. Does this work? We need a recessed snot brick. So not any snot brick. Let's keep up the green, but get the headlight brick with a cheese slope right behind the eye to maintain that white background without it being full. So that's all you're going to see from the outside. We can add this right now. There we go. Make sure it's all secured in. What isn't? Is it? Oh, no, we forgot an entire layer. Not an entire layer. We needed to add more. We needed to add way more pieces. We needed a whole nother top row. Oh, we couldn't get a 2x6. So close. So close. Some more 2x2s, not 2x3s. Wrong draw. Right, and once we've got this layer on, I can show you it lining up. Back. 4 corners, all the tops. Hopefully we've got enough space. Yeah, we've definitely got enough space at the front. It's open at the minute. That's annoying. Let's get a door out. Or, hear me out, jumpers. Jumpers are slightly thicker than a door rail. It's still not perfectly the width of the cheese slope, but look at that. It's close. It's super close. And then both of these on top. And I might want more jumpers instead. I might... Why are you not on? Why are you wonking? Unwonk. Stop. Stop wonking. What's going on? There we go. Kind of fills in the center. We could add some sort of 2x2. It's not going to be too much a problem. If we're able to move these out with a jumper, all I'd need is a 1x3. We might not even want these. All I'm going to need is a 1x3. Wait, what if this worked as well? Wait, it would work. It would work. And then you would just have to be that, whatever that may be. Oh. So you wouldn't need to be jumpers. Well, you would at the front there, maybe. Oh yeah, you'd need to be a 2x4. I just need a bunch of 2x2 jumpers instead. Are we going to make this work? I'm thinking back to, you know who's done something similar like this for shaping? Minifigure Jez. Shout out Minifigure Jez. Worked on a... Which figure was it? I don't think it was a spaceman. I think it was the construction upscaled figure. Thank you, Matt. Yes, if we can get to as many likes as viewers, that would be amazing. So if you are watching, you've got this on in the background, reach over, pick up whichever device you're using, and don't forget to smash the like button. And if you've got a Lego mouse, careful, don't smash the Lego mouse. Make sure you're not breaking any of the devices. Otherwise, this stream is going to be stuck on loop. Speaking of, I've just remembered something about this stream. Let me double check that I did remember. Raise theme. Raise theme is beautiful. I wish I could play it through the stream. Did I remember? No. Yes. Oh wait, how do I check? Can I do it whilst I'm live? I don't know if I can check that. Oh, I can. Hey, thank you. I've really enjoyed the Lego mouse. It was... I still hold myself to the fact that I want to do a Lego keyboard, and I do. I still very much want to do a Lego keyboard. But it's finding a keyboard kit. Because this Lego mouse, this is a 3D printed base that holds the circuit and then has studs around the outside. Trying to find a keyboard kit that is just the electronics and is a good one. You know, I don't want just any old keyboard kit. Is finding to be impossible. I haven't actually found any quality kits that anyone swears by, so I might just have to experiment, get a new one and see how that works. This is what I was looking for. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is it. Okay. This is the one. Oh yeah, I forget. YouTube still thinks I've got this live stream up. And I do not. Hopefully that works. We're going to try that out after the stream. Yeah, that'll be interesting to find out. The YouTube channel. Nice. How do you feel? How do you think? Wait, hold on. English. How do you feel about the new rules for social media in UK, Australia? And I don't know where else it is applying. I just know it's a lot of places. About a lot of places like YouTube, for instance, not being able to be used by under 16-year-olds. I still think it's just a front for parents having to sign off on it, because right now YouTube, anything an under 16-year-old does on the platform is kind of YouTube's fault. I don't think that's right. I think it should be the parents' fault to a degree. Okay, YouTube allowing people to access content, like if they just put out 18+ movie trailers or something that were too gory, then yeah, maybe that's a problem. I think you have to sign in for certain trailers. If the trailer is for an 18+ movie like did I say Daredevil? I meant Deadpool earlier. If I said Daredevil, I meant Deadpool. But signing up for stuff like that helps. And you've also got, oh, I know a 3x3 would look perfect here. But yeah, limiting it to kids is gonna be an interesting move. We shall see how that goes down. I also don't think we need to have any more connections to the top here. I think we go with this. We have the 4 studs that connect it, and then a brick in the middle. Come on. We might come back to tile it off. A brick in the middle. Let's go with a cone because we've just used one of those. And a white dish over the top. Oh, here's some I made earlier. Oh, wait, you need 2 plates. Oh, that's gonna look so good. Wait, we've cracked it. Lego, I wasn't even holding this against you, Lego, but you need to do this now. Now that I've figured this out, can you just recall BB-8s and look at that? Like, that's not a bad dome for BB-8's head. It is technically 2 plates taller, I think. Or did we shorten it? No, we shortened it. We shortened it by plate. So it's technically 1 plate taller than BB-8's actual head, the Lego set. But that's pretty cool right there. Oh, we made it a little wider, but that meets up to the side. Like these bits are going to be interesting. That actually looks nice. I like that at the front. I don't like this. This is what I want to eradicate. I want to get rid of this. I want to forget about it once we've got rid of it. And I don't think we need to add many more slopes going up. I think these need to be rounded. That's orange and white, isn't it? Yes, we are mocking out BB-8. So we're loosely following the instructions, if that. The eye looks good. Oh, I like this as well. That's got a little bit of posability as well. I don't think this eye does. I think this eye is soft locked in. Oh, I like the way they did it though. With the dark bluish grey jumper. Definitely got a few of these in a few mocks that I've already got built. And a black. Do we have a trans brown? No worries. Thanks for hanging, Matt. We have a clear. I don't think we have a trans brown. And BB-8's eye, BB-8's 8, is definitely black. Black with a little red dot though. Ooh, that should be red. And we should have a trans brown. Yeah, no trans black. You want me to put that on afterwards because that's going to lock it in. And then that's 2 corners. Beautiful. I'm happy the sequels exist for that piece of music alone. And then wedge. Oh wait, the smaller wedge. Smaller round slopey thing. They're not in here. They're somewhere else. Oh, do we need to round it off like that? How tall are you going to be? If we can fit a double, that'd be pretty cool. Which one's the double? Yeah. Come on, there's a white one in here. Actually, there is a white one or two down here. Oh, there's a few white ones here. There's one. That dramatic pause so the lightsaber could catch up is crazy. Why did Palps wait for that? Oh, I can kind of see why they rounded off the corner actually, because wait, that's 2 plates. It needed to be 2 and a bit plates. I think that works though. And then a grey little eye. How far do you go in? Whoa, all the way. Okay. Beautiful. And then a little corner wedge up the side so that we can get the other sensor, which sticks out a lot further. And is this a flat one? Nope, it's a 3D one, which I think I only have flat ones. No, 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 here it is. One by 2 and an orange. Oh, the orange is going to be my downfall. And there's BB-8's head. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh wait, we need a load more slopes. What am I doing? How many more? How many more slopes do we really need? 2 holy studs, a trans brown or trans black sensor, and a little dome. Do I have you in here? Yes. Yes, I do. A white one as well, but we want it to stand out. We want it grey. Again, studs are on the desk. I'm going to use grey just to stack up the grey. They've used white, I think, because it's so obvious from where it is. Yeah, because we've got these grey bits up top. I think even this should be a white. Wait, what if it's a white slope? Oh, and then we have a corner piece. No, that corner piece is not going to work. Even this, I don't think, is really working. Let's try a white slope. I've got a ton on here, don't I? And then let's see what we need to fill up the corner. Yeah, we're going to need a little something to hold this on, because I have a feeling this isn't going to connect. Well, actually, I think it will. I have faith in the Lego connection. The corners will just be stressed. We do need a tile. A tile up here. Maybe that will help with how we connect any of this side bit, because a clip, if we had a clip right here, no, the clip would have to be side on. Oh, this is going to be painfully awkward, isn't it? Because we can't add a clip or anything there. That's the connection. Unless we connect it up the top. Let's get some cheese slopes on that. Am I going to need you? No, I think it's cheese slopes from here on out. I'll regret putting that back. And that 1/4 tile for the eye. That's the one. So 2019, when was Star Wars Celebration? Because I believe that's when Rey's New Jedi Order was announced. And that must have been before the movie came out. And if you haven't watched Rise of Skywalker, well, she dies at the end. I'm not going to spoil how it happens. I think that's even more shocking, the fact that she dies and she's got a new trilogy coming out. Well, supposedly, we don't know that. This is like some Batman Arkham level here, which again, the Lego Batman game did really, really well. Because I suppose technically is, well, it's not set in stone, but it's heavily alluded to. Very heavily. Do I have any more in white? Because I might cover all four corners in... Oh, should that be grey? No, I think that should be white. White, white. Ah, I'm out of white. Maybe you should be grey. Just so I've got another white. Yeah, let's get a grey. Already got one out. I did it as I was thinking it. And then white, white, white. I wonder, what if we just left that as a gap? It would stick out on the corners. Oh, wait, it wouldn't. Should have left it instead of rounding it off. Oh, now then. That spanners are put in the works. What? I guess I need 2x4 plates, don't I? And a bunch of those white slopes. A bunch of them. A whole bunch of them that look like roses. How many sides we got? 3. Yeah. All the same. Not a lot of difference. So, orange 1x2s, please and thank you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just 4. White jumpers and white slopes. The hardest part is this slope. How do I poke this out without it looking too weird? Because I think a 1x2 is going to look a little weird. Just a little weird, but weirder than I want it. Maybe it doesn't. Because that white jumper. Here we can use some of these are all new ones, but we could get away with using some old ones because of the fact that we've got the stud exposed. We can pop that off. But that's 1. Let's pop the head off for now. Get a pink brick in there, maybe. Oh, BB-8's going to look beautiful again. We do need a 1x1 in orange. Please don't stick out like a sore thumb. I do want this to look good. Also, do I have 1x1s in orange? That's a piece I have, right? 1. Oh, yes. 2, 3. Oh. That should be what? Orange. And actually, most of our everything. So what we've done, instead of using the printed parts in Lego's BB-8, which is like the whole point of me building this, isn't just to have a BB-8 that I can play around with, which I really am excited to play around with. The main reason was so that I could get a BB-8. Wait, do I need more slopes? Did I miscount? Did I get 2 sides and not 3? I did, didn't I? How many more white slopes do I have? So many. Whoa. 1 there. What do I need? 4. 2 for one side and another 2 1x2 slopes for the other. And do I have an, oh, I suppose all a 2x2 slope is 2 1x2 slopes. So that'll work. And I said something else. Orange slopes. I did. There we are. Ah. All right. Oh, had a really good thought about the Lando show, by the way. So at the end of Rise, Lando's there. Whereabouts are you from? I don't know. Let's find out. To Janna, which would be a really nice show following those two around. What if Lando's helping Janna find out where she's from? But in classic, like almost Hondo style, every time they get somewhere or every time, you know, something's happening and Lando just starts breaking off into stories from his childhood, they'd be in a fight, mid-fight or something, and he'd reminisce about the time that him and Han did something or other. And I know they're not meant to have seen each other between Solo and Empire, but things can change. I think that would be a beautiful story to follow. BB-8's head doesn't fit. BB-8's head doesn't fit. Of course it doesn't. That'd be too easy, you know. It's why don't you fit? Why don't you fit? Why don't you fit? BB-8, why don't you fit? Now there's a way to overcomplicate this, but should we just add a stud and call it a day slightly above the edge? Because that would make BB-8's head that one plate taller that we were gonna add and pulled away from. What do we need? We need a 5x5. Oh no. 5x5. Why a 5x5? What else can we secure in? Actually, we could just have it floating down on two of these. That would work, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be insecure. It would also spin. Yeah, we don't want it spinning. Can we secure it down at all? Yeah. Okay. And then BB-8's head goes on top. That's it, right? Oh, the antenna. Can't forget about that. Oh, I didn't add those into the back. I should have done that. Oops. What I can do is add rounded corners on a clip piece that sticks out and then get the bar elements of the pieces that Lego have used as clips. What am I saying? I'm saying this black clip at the bottom and the white clip at the bottom. I'll get the bar versions of them if I have them in white and black. Black I've definitely got, right? And white's going to be the hard one to find. In fact, black seems to be quite hard to find. I've got grey. Oh, no, that's not black. Maybe I just have the 1x1s. That pause before Rey Skywalker goes crazy. Hey, there's a white one. Tell you what, I'll grab two of them and I'll add something to the bar to make it black at the bottom. Rey Skywalker, about time. The elderly ladies walked off, dozed off. Home by the time Rey finished talking. Rey Skywalker with a pan to Luke, Leia. Should have asked Hayden back. Honest, I know they would have had to have paid him, and they already had the others on there. And there's some actual money going on behind the scenes, but they could have asked Hayden to return. Come on now. How are you not going to ask Hayden Christensen to come back? He ended up coming back anyway. Probably could have got a deal for him in any of the other shows he was in. So how are we adding clips into where we would struggle to add clips? Oh, you need to be a 1x4 and you need to be corners. So we are building the back a little different. Run through it. Any corners? Yeah, we do need corners. They don't need to be white. Because they're being hidden, you can have any color corner you've got more of. Which apparently isn't white for me. I'm down to the last one. You have a lot of dark bluish grey. Or black. Black would be... Ooh. No, I've got like a handful in black. black. Actually, I don't think I've got any dark bluish grey. Where's that drawer? Like it is. That's not going to stand out at all. And then on top, so we got our two corners together. On top of that, this has to be white because this will be showing a 1x4. And that is how we secure our clips. Two corners, 1x4 on top, and the clip secured underneath. And then the slopes go back on as they were. We don't want to mess around with it too much. We've got a nice design going on here. And, oh, slopes, that's what we're missing. There we are. Perfect. Does that fit over the head with the bar elements? Ooh. Kind of is a not really. So we might have to push these out to the side, right? Why are they so far behind? Aren't they one side? Oh no, they are back middle. They are back middle. So shouldn't they be up here? No, that's too middle. Let's not have them right in the middle. No, they are almost clear. It's just the way that we stood them in. Let's get some studs on the top here. Oh, beautiful music. Happy I get to listen to this instead of finishing The Last Jedi. I think it was worth it. Music is the best part of Star Wars. If I had to pick, which I don't have to pick. But if I had to, half a stud higher. All right, let's. Oh, 2x3s. Oh, 2x3s make a 5x5. 1, 2, 3. We just need the 4 of them. Would you be better if you were on BB-8's body? Because you've got a plate give at the back. Which one's the open one? This one. Yeah, you're the open one. So the BB-8 head. Wait. So you're facing forward. So you do float a little bit. That might be for the best. Oh, look at BB. Oh, his head's moving. Oh, that's amazing. And then we can fit. Oh, I should remove the middle. That's going to stick out like a sore thumb. Oh, it looks like BB-8's got a hat. Oh, did not want you to come all the way out. Gone. Satisfying click. Right. Well, I wouldn't have said satisfying, but it wasn't It was a little unsatisfying, I'll be honest. It wasn't terrible though. Oh, look, baby. Oh, his head's moving. His head's moving. Wait, why am I holding him upside down? So as the wheel goes, this is BB, and it's a bit more softer, smoother. It's a much smoother motion. But look at that. There's a few color changes. So the wheel and the ingots on the front here will be orange, and the dish under his neck will be a white one. Other than that, perfect. I like the motion. The one thing I don't understand is in here. We've got the flame arm thing, but it's a very fiddly piece. Like, it would have been cool if there was an extra thing that as you pulled it out, it came out with it. and then as it went away, like it got pushed away. And I don't know why that isn't. Wait, what are you getting caught on? Oh, you're going the wrong way in, aren't you? Like what I think is kind of needed is for this piece to connect. Because as that goes in, I don't know why it's not. Wait, why is it not turning? Is it because you're in the way? Yeah. So as it goes in, oh, I guess it wouldn't work that way, would it? But it just needs something to push it out, which it definitely doesn't have. I think there's a way Lego tried to do it and they just never finished it, but that's a little shame. I guess I'd push it in backwards so it isn't. Oh, it still is in the way, isn't it? We modified it a little bit, but you know, the whole system with the Technic piece is still in there and it just stays flat. There's something I'm missing here and I do not understand what. Like even if this hand, there's a hand here, why this doesn't connect to it, I really don't know. Oh, we've also missing the antennas. Let's do the antennas and then we'll take a little look for anything else. That's a 6 length and a 3 length, yeah. 6 length, 3 length with a cone. Oh yeah, and we need a black element for the bottom as well. Why don't I swap out the 6 length for a 4 length and add a candle that will be thicker? A thicker candle piece. In here, yes. Here we are. Black or green. Oh, the choices. I've also realized whenever I want to listen to Star Wars, I just have to skip to the credits, which is insane for a Star Wars movie. I will not be doing that to Attack of the Clones unless I really want to get to those scores. All right, candle with a cone. That's the left side. And then just the 3 length is the right. Also, this 3 length seems to be a lot higher up. So let's shrink down the 4 length by like a mile. Oh, be careful not to lose a dish. Oh, I did. As long as the studs ain't caught in the motor again. Now that was problematic. And then I think, buddy, you, just like The Rise of Skywalker, are done. Well, technically there's 2 minutes of international credits. I will let it play on, but I ain't going to be paying attention to it. But we have our BB-8 prototype, I guess you could say, right here. I would have loved to have built this in claret and blue, but that middle bit, the fact that it doesn't, there's the arm there as well. That arm's definitely got to be pulling something out. End of instructions, that's it. You move him forward and back to roll. There's a little display plaque. This is actually a really good set aside from the printed parts. It reminds me of what other set we built. What other set had too many printed parts and we just parted them out? we got rid of the printed parts. I have something against printed parts. I don't know what Lego did to me as a child, but I don't like printed pieces. I don't really like stickered pieces much. Sometimes you can't get away without it, especially if it's text. Text is the annoying exception to like every rule here. But this is much smaller. It's in fact 2 studs every way smaller than the piece that Lego had, and it still fits. Very flush, very, very flush. Make sure none of the other elements are folded in. Inside, I'll get all these pieces recolored. I was going to paint them up. I don't know if I'll paint them up or if I'll order them. I'll have to see if there's any stores that have those elements in stock. And hopefully I can get the actual colors, because BB-8's head, just to show you, wait, I can turn BB-8's head by moving the wheel. Look at that. Oh, this is an amazing feature. And I must say, There's a lot of grey on BB-8's head. I think there's too much, but there's not too much by a lot. Like, the white width should be the same as the grey. The white is 4 wide, the grey is 5. So there's about half a stud going around the whole thing, but it lines up to the slopes. It lines up to the slopes on BB-8's head. And that makes it all right. That makes it all right to me. I'd rather that than a gap, or Lego have a plate vertical. So Lego basically have what we have on this dish on the top, and they don't do flat dishes yet, not in that size. So that's what we got to go with. But this is amazing. Now I just want to run it like the whole way along that display. Should I run it? Yeah, before we round off the stream, which I am going to do in just a minute, thank you all for watching, let's run it along the side of the display, and hopefully it won't fall apart. It'll actually will, which it didn't for the start. Oh, it's going. Can it fit? Nope, it can't fit. We're knocking it apart, but there you go. BB-8's head is spinning. Come on, you got this. How cool is that? How cool. Where did the missing piece go? That almost fell in a drawer. That would have been both handy and annoying if it fell in a drawer, because I wouldn't have had to put it back on, but then I would have had to have found replacements. That's the best feature of this by far. So I actually think this is a worthy buy. Is this my worst set of January? I say worst set, you know, it's just because I really like the battle pack, which was definitely my favorite set. I'm gonna have to clean up some of these. That one tile. I'm gonna have to clean up that one tile. And where did, oh, from my hand. So it was probably me that knocked it off. Anyway, that is all for building BB-8. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope I was able to give you some more insight into the sequel trilogy as well. And that, like that deleted scene from Rise of Skywalker that we totally talked about. And I'm going to remember that at the most randomest of times. And I'm going to have to write that down if I do. But here are the other sets from January. I actually think Cobb Vamp Speeder... No, Cobb Vamp Speeder is definitely not the worst. I don't know where I've put my book with all the notes. But out of all of these, Grogu's kind of overdone. Actually, no, Grogu's the worst. One printed piece for the head. Grogu's on the same wavelength as BB-8, except for BB-8 actually looks pretty good. Grogu looks good. Looks all right. But at this size, no chance have they just done 1, 2, 3 pieces for the head, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the torso, and like 2 for the arm. Essentially. Even the Macrons have as many pieces as the arm. Visible from the front when the arms are turned. But that is all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned. There'll be a updated video when I have the correct coloured parts for BB-8. I'll be showing that off. And I will include... I'll have to get some sort of track or something so I can just roll BB-8 along. That would be cool if Lego did have like some instructions for a track that, you know, kept similar to how they've run BB-8. So many ideas. You will see them in the video when it comes out. And until then, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a lovely night or whenever it is that you're watching this. And until next time, which will be Saturday. Yes, I can do a Saturday. We've got some more boost to do. I actually don't know if I'll get the... I'm looking at it just off screen. I don't know if I'll get the glasses done. Mainly Saturday, it will be glasses, hat, and what's next for boost. We'll have to have a little look, see if we want to do any other accessories. And then the following week, we will be switching up our robot into something different. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss out. It might be the last time the robot's seen. Until then, thank you all so much for watching, and may the bricks be with you.